to start the class. What do you remember about yesterday? ¿Qué recuerdas acerca de la clase de ayer? What do you remember about the class of yesterday?
I don't remember.
You don't remember anything, really? Why not?
Teacher, I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay. So let's make a review. Yesterday we were studying the second conditional. We already started with the second conditional. Okay. So now we will continue practicing with the second conditional too. Okay, so remember that we use the second conditional to talk about hypotheticals and situations. Okay, so that is the use of the second conditional. Something that you know that it's not going to happen. Okay, so for example, here you can say, if I were a fish, for example, if I were a fish, you don't know, right? If I were a fish, I could swim. I could swim under the water, right? So for the second conditional, we can use would, could, might, or should. Okay, so we can use should. But should is commonly used for advices. Okay. Okay, but we can use it too. Okay. Now we are going to start the class right now. 2B1 is this one. Okay. So let's start. So look at here. Imagine this situation. Imagine that you went out to somewhere, algún lugar, to somewhere with your friends or with your family, and you notice that you don't have enough money to get back home. Okay, so what would you do? What would you do if you didn't have enough money to get the bus home?
I will call my father.
Okay, in past, I would.
I would call to my father.
Okay, you would call to your father. Okay, very good. So in my case, if I didn't have enough money to get the bus home, I would probably ask to my friends to lend me money to get back home, or probably I would take a taxi, and then I would ask to my sister or to someone else to let me money to pay the taxi. Okay, so next question. If you could be famous, why would you like to be famous? If I had the opportunity to be famous, to be famous, I would like to be famous because I would earn a lot of money, and because I would have a lot of I would have a big house, a beautiful car, and a good cell phone. Okay, now I'm kidding. Okay, What about you? If you could be famous, why would you like to be famous? Why would you like to be famous if you had the opportunity to be?
I will because I like um
I like.
I help my
Okay.
family.
Because you would like to help your family. That's why you
And
would
the
like to be famous.
others, for example, the children that um, live in the street. Or
Okay, okay, very good. So if you want to say, instead of saying people who lives in the street, you can say people who live in the street, you can say the homeless.
oh, the
Mhm.
homeless.
The homeless. The word that we practiced yesterday, the homeless. Okay, the
Yes, I
homeless.
remember that.
You remember, right? Okay, very good. The
Yeah.
homeless. The homeless is people who doesn't have a house,
Mm.
who don't have a house. Okay. So you would like to be famous just for helping people.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now let's go with the number 3. What would you do if you found a wallet on the street? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If I had the opportunity to find a wallet on the street, probably I would see all the documents that are in there, that were in there, and then I would probably call to the police, or I would probably give this information to the police or to someone else who helped me to find the person, right? That person. So what about you? What would you do if you found a wallet on the street with $1 million?
Mm.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We are not going to find. That's not possible.
I get it.
Yes. Okay.
So I I think I call the police too because not is mine.
Okay. You would call the police.
Yes, will I will call the police.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Frank. And you? Tell me, what would you do if you found a wallet on the street? Frank, are you here? Yes. No te podemos escuchar, Frank. At least I can't.
Yes,
Ah, hello. Okay, I see.
sorry. I I will found okay.
Okay, he lost connections. Has some problems. Okay, very good. Now, Frank, welcome back. Okay, let's continue. We are going to see a video right now related to, we're going to see a video right now related to the second conditional, just for you to understand better the use the use of the second conditional. Then we're going to do some exercises, okay? Let's start.
Today we're going to learn
Okay, now we're going to hear it. Yo no le había puesto el sonido. Okay, from the top.
Today we're going to learn about the second conditional. We use the second conditional in hypothetical situations. The formula is if plus subject plus past verb, comma, subject plus would, could, might, or may plus base verb. For example, if I won the lottery, I would quit my job. Here we see if plus the subject, I, plus the past verb,
Okay, guys, so if you notice here, we are discussing that we use the second conditional to talk about hypothetical situations and real situations. And also we use if with the subject pronouns, with the simple past verb, and with the in this case, you can say subject or object that is in the sentence, right? Would, listen, we can use would, could, might, or made, plus the base form, okay? These are, remember, these are modal verbs, son verbos modales, okay? That's why we use base form next to them. Look at the example. It says, if I want the lottery, I would quit my job. That would be probable, okay? Now let's continue.
won, which is the past of win, then the subject again, the modal verb would, and the base verb quit. Let's practice. If I had $1 million, I would travel around the world. Here we use the past tense of have, which is had, the modal verb would, and the base verb travel. Let's look at another example. If he ate healthy food, he could lose weight. We use ate, the past tense of eat, the modal verb could, and base verb lose. Another example. If he practiced more, he might be the best on the team. Here we use practiced, the past tense of practice, the modal verb might, and the base verb be. Here's a few to try on your own.
Okay, so might and made, guys, might and made means poder, but poder about possibilities, something that you are not sure if it's going to happen, algo que usted no está seguro que podría pasar, okay? This is really different than can and could, okay? Can and could are for probabilities and possibilities, okay? And also abilities, right? Okay, now let's try to do this part.
If he asked me to go on a date with him, I would say yes. She would be very angry if she knew the truth. If we had more money, we could stay in a nice hotel. If I knew his phone number, I would call him.
Okay, very good. Great.
Today we're going.
Okay, now let's do some exercises. Let's practice exercises, okay? So right now it says, rewrite the sentence using the second conditional. So right now we are going to find 5 sentences using the first conditional or the zero conditional. So what are we going to do with this part? We are going to rewrite the sentences using the second conditional. So remember that we use the second conditional with simple past, if, simple past, comma, would, and verb in base form, okay? Very good. Let's start. Number 1, I won't buy it. I don't have enough money. I won't buy it. Why? Because I don't have enough money. Okay, so wait a little bit. Let me see, here's this part. Okay, so okay, let's continue. It says, I won't buy it. I don't have enough money. Okay, so now let's start with the condition. Okay, it says, if, okay, how would it be, Dinora?
If I have enough money, I will buy it.
Okay, very good. But in past, remember that we are going to rewrite the sentence using the second conditional.
If I have,
Very good. If I had
if I have enough money, I will buy it.
Okay, very good. In this case, if I would, okay, I would, because in past, I would buy it. Probably close, right? I would buy it. Okay, now let's go with number 2. I won't make my bed. I don't have time. Okay, if.
Sí, yo pensaba que ahí estaba Frank también.
No, Frank is not here. He lost connection.
Okay. If I have time.
But it's in negative.
Right.
Okay. The first one, if the first one is in negative too, look at here. Okay, if I negative didn't, in this case it's like this. If I didn't have enough money, I wouldn't, because those are in negative. I wouldn't buy it. Okay, now this one.
Okay, I didn't have time.
Very good job. Have time.
I wouldn't make my bed.
Very good. I wouldn't make my bed. Very good. If I didn't have time, I wouldn't make my bed. Very good. Number 3. He won't go to the cinema. He doesn't like films.
Okay, if he didn't.
Very good. If he didn't.
Doesn't like films.
If he didn't.
Do.
No, don't use do because do is already because it's the auxiliary. So he doesn't like films. In past, he didn't like films. Okay.
Uh, mhm. Oh,
One more time.
he didn't like films.
Okay.
Um, he wouldn't go to the cinema.
Very good job. He wouldn't go to the cinema or to the cinema. Okay, very good. Now look at this. I never do my homework, so my teacher always gets angry with me. Yes, Dinora. No, I'm kidding. Okay. I never do my homework, so my teacher always gets angry with me. If,
Oh. Um, siempre, siempre tiene que ir al show, ¿verdad?
sorry.
If, espérame.
Yes, if it's already here. Está al inicio de la oración.
If, um, I don't know.
Try to do it. You can do it. Remember that if we started with if, the sentence that follows goes in the that follows is in simple past. If I never, okay, the past of the two.
Does.
No, that is in present. The past.
Did.
Okay, very good. Did. Now, one more time. If I never did my homework. If I never did my homework,
So my teacher always.
¿Qué le falta aquí para que sea segundo condicional?
Would
Very good. Would.
always get angry with me.
Okay, but in this case, we're not going to say gets because we are using would. Okay, in base form, get angry with me. Okay, very good. Probably. Okay. And number 5, if I don't, okay, I don't have a car, so I have to take the bus. If
I did not have.
It's in negative. It's in negative.
If I didn't.
Okay, very good.
Didn't.
If I didn't have a car, remember? Okay. So?
I have.
No.
I have.
No. No. Try to remember.
I would.
Okay, very good. I would
have to take the bus.
Very good. To take the bus.
The bus.
Okay. Hey, good. Very good. Great. Okay, now let's continue with the next one. Okay. Let's continue. Now, look at here. Here we're going to select the correct form. The correct form of the sentences, okay? So that's what are we going to do? I'm going to help you with the number 1. If I knew or I would know the answer, I would tell you. We already have would, so it means that the first part is going to be in past. Okay. If I knew the answer, I would tell you. Now, let's go with the number 2. If Mary has his cell phone number, she would phone him. Which one do you think? Would phone or phoned here? Him.
I see. Found him.
This one.
Yes.
Okay, but it's not that one. It's this one. Why? Because look at here. It says, if Mary had,
Yes.
we already have the verb in the past, that is had. So it means that the if is the key. Esta va a ser la clave, Dinora, okay? If you identify that the if goes at the beginning, si el if va al inicio, then simple past, then would and base form of the verbs and the complement, okay?
Okay.
Very good. Now let's continue. Number 3, if he wouldn't be or wasn't so shy, he would go to parties. Which one? This one is easy.
Couldn't be.
Why wouldn't be? ¿Por qué?
Oh. Espérame.
Hmm? So remember, if we start with if, then simple past, then would, and then base forms of the verbs, okay?
Again. No. Wasn't.
Okay, very good. In this case is wasn't, okay? In this case is wasn't. So he wasn't. If he wasn't so shy, okay, very good. Next one, it says, if I were rich, I would travel or I traveled around the world. Which one?
I will travel.
Okay, very good. I would travel, right? So in this case is would. If I were rich, I would travel around the world. Very good. And the last one, she would get the job if in this case is she, okay? So we're going to correct this part because in this case is she. In this case is she. Let's see here. Here. If she, in this case, instead of that is she. Okay, there you have, okay? She would get the job if she would speak or spoke English.
Will speak.
No. Look at here. She would.
Oh, yes. Spoke
Okay,
English.
very good. If she spoke English, okay? Very good. Okay, so is spoke, okay? If we started with would, then if, and then simple past. If we started with if, then simple past, then the would, okay? Okay, very good. Any question right now?
Mm,
No?
mm,
Really? Are you sure?
yes, teacher.
Ok, bye. Entonces, cuando le pregunte, me va a responder, right?
Yes.
Ajá, yes, teacher. Okay. Okay, let's continue with exercise number 3. It says, complete the sentences. Okay, now we're going to study completing sentences, okay? So
Okay.
we're going to start completing sentences and also in this case using the second conditional. Okay, let's start. Number one, it says, if I more money, I would buy a new house. I would buy a new house. So in this case, ¿cómo iría aquí? If I,
Earned. Mm,
yeah, very good. If I earned more money, I would buy a new house. Of course I would. And I run away. This one. Okay. If she, the plants, they would die. They would die. If she,
mm, didn't.
very good. Didn't what?
Didn't water.
Very good job. Didn't water. Yeah. If she didn't water the plants, they would die. Number 3. Is she, sorry, if, in this case is if, okay?
Okay.
In this one is if. Let's correct it. Okay, this one it is. Here is if. Okay, if. Okay, it says if she wasn't a good player, she in the theater. Sorry, in the team.
Wouldn't be.
Very
Wouldn't
good.
be.
Very good job. Couldn't be because it's negative, okay? Okay, couldn't. Very good. She wouldn't be in the team. Number 4, I'm a party if I live in a big house.
I give. I don't
In
remember.
past is gave.
Gave.
Yes, in past is gave, but it's not in past because I started with the subject, not with the if.
Oh, I would give.
Okay, very good. If I would give. Okay, I would give a party if I lived in a big house. Great. Number 5, what you do if you want the lottery? The lottery.
Would you do?
Okay, very good. What would you do? Because it's a question. What would you do? What would you do if you want the lottery? Hey, very good, Dinara, very good. So, do you have any question right now about this?
No, but I am confused in number 4 because I don't see
The if.
the
Ah, okay, but the if is in the middle. Here,
yes.
that's why. So we can listen, we can start the second conditional using the if at the beginning or the if in the middle. It's the same with the first conditional. We can use the first conditional at the first part or in the middle part. For example, I can say, if I study hard, I will pass my exams. I will pass my exams if I study hard. So we can change. Podemos comenzar con el if o podemos comenzar con el will en el primer condicional. The same with the second conditional. I can say I will, okay, I can say if I lived in a big house, si yo viviera, that's the meaning of, si yo viviera, if I lived in a big house, I would give a party. I would give a party if I lived in a big house. So we can say both. Las dos son válidas, okay?
Okay.
Okay, very good job. So do you have any question? Another question?
No.
No? Okay, very good. Now, let's look at the idiom of today. El idiom, la expresión para el día de hoy. It says, my lips are sealed. My lips are sealed. My lips are sealed is an expression that is used when you promise not to say a secret. Example, I want the party to be a secret, a surprise or a secret. Okay, don't worry, my lips are sealed. Mis labios están sellados. That's the meaning of. Okay, so in this case, you can say, for example, imagine that you are in a meeting with someone and they tell you, okay, what we talked here, we'll always stay here. Okay, okay, and you say, okay, don't worry, my lips are sealed. So you are saying that you are not going to tell to anyone anything that you have heard. Okay, quiere decir que tú no vas a decir nada de lo que tú has escuchado o has visto. Okay, that's the meaning of my lips are sealed. O como cuando tú te quieres referir, okay, no he dicho nada, my lips are sealed. Okay. Okay, mis labios están sellados. Okay, very good. So, Dinora, if you don't have any question, vamos a parar la videoconferencia right now. Okay, just please, in your case, I need you to complete part of the book. Tiene el tiempo. Okay, no me digan nada, teacher, no tengo tiempo. Okay, so first of all, we have to complete. Oh my gosh, okay, here. You have to complete, let me see. Okay, page number 6. Okay, because this is about the second conditional. Page number 6, page number 7 with the exercises, okay, that you have here. Okay, it says I would go to the beach every weekend with this part, okay? So you are going to complete part letter A,
okay,
with the part that is on letter B, okay? And then I need you to answer the questions. Example, what would you do if you had $10,000? Imagine $1,000.
okay, teacher.
If I had that $10,000, I would have a new house, okay? And so on, okay, and so on. Any question? No? Vaya, necesito que me completes ese contenido. Igual para los que van a escuchar esta videoconferencia, la que la van a ver, hay que completar el contenido de la página 6, 7 y 8. Okay.